Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to inventory time. Yay! So this is the intro you're going to see for every piece of my inventory that I go through with you. Just kind of wanted to put a couple of things out there. Number one, I know I have a lot of stuff. Number two, I know I have a lot of stuff. Number three, I know I have a lot of stuff. I know I have a lot of stuff. I love my stuff, and by rotating through my collection, I'm finding out what I like and what I don't like, and I'm decluttering a bit throughout the process of panning, and I'm holding on to a lot as well. So I just wanted to tell you that I know I have a lot. Please don't judge me. And also, probably won't be decluttering through this inventory because I really save my decluttering for panning. So if I'm panning an object and I'm like, I really don't like this, then I will declutter it. So I declutter a little bit throughout the year. So there's that. Yeah, so enjoy. I hope that you enjoy the way I do this. Generally, I'll do an overhead shot and I'll swatch everything and kind of let you know my thoughts on it. And it helps me get re-familiarized with my collection and also see out in front of me all the things that I have. And I will also give you some numbers based on previous years, based on January's numbers and where I'm at now. So if you'd like to see my inventory, then stay tuned. Okay guys, it's going to be my final inventory for the year, my eyeshadow palette collection. I'm a little nervous because I know it has grown by leaps and bounds. I'm going to be doing this in different sections because I have them separated out into different kinds of categories. So you're not going to see all the brands together. You're going to see them grouped differently, and I hope that's okay. And I might not swatch. I'm probably not going to swatch just because, oh my God, this would take a million years. So these are all the palettes that I currently have going in projects. No pan left behind style. So let me kind of move them off to the side and I will show you the ones that I'm working on. The first one is this Born to Run palette, Urban Decay Born to Run. Let me zoom you in a little bit. There we go. So this is the Urban Decay Born to Run. This is the oldest palette in my collection. It was the first higher end palette I ever bought and I really like it. I know some people don't, but I do. This is the Suva Beauty Saffron palette. This is another one of my favorites. It's been around for a while. I got it in a Try Beauty box. I really, really enjoy it. And it's not going anywhere. This is my Lorac Pro 2. This was in my, this was my Pan That palette last year. So, yeah, this is not going anywhere either. I almost am done with this shadow. I can't even believe it. I know it's a gimme, but that's big for me. Nabla Side by Side. I love this. I haven't used it yet. It is in a project though. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. Very pretty. And then this is the Flower Beauty Jungle Lights, also going in a project, but you know, I have some of it used, some of it has not been used. This is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nocturnal palette. This is a really quote-unquote scary color story for me, but they are all so beautiful. I cannot wait to use this. I haven't used this yet either. This is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Beautiful. I've used some of the shades, but not all. This is my ColourPop palette that I just have some. These are blushes, actually, that can go over there. Tarte Maneater palette. I've used some of the shades, but not all. So I think most of them that I haven't used are like the pinkies, but this is a beautiful palette. It puts out beautiful looks so far, and I'm really excited about it. And then the final palette that I am currently using in a project is this Pat McGrath. This is the Midnight Sun Mothership palette. Oh my gosh, it is just so gorgeous. All about it. Everything about it is just wonderful and beautiful and gorgeous, and I love it. And I probably will always keep it in this fancy packaging because, like, why not? Like, how can you not? Okay, so this past year I split up my collection into winter, spring, summer, fall. And I was pulling palettes from those sections as I wanted to for projects. So this is what's left from the year that I did not use. These are over here like some spring and summer palettes. These are the winter fall palettes that I have not used, that I'm going to continue to pull from until winter is over into next year. And then I'm just going to combine everything back together and use them organically. And I'm going to talk about that in a project. So let me move some of this off to the side so that you can see the collection a bit better. Okay, so in frame, I left a bunch of little guys. I have 2 of these e.l.f. bite-size palettes. This is in Cream and Sugar. Ooh, really cute. And this one is in I Love You a Latte. I have not used this one at all. So this one is all, is this all matte? Yeah, it's all matte. Wow, okay. And then this is, I have dipped into this one a bit before. This is the Ayana palette. This is one that Deb gifted to me. I love this palette and I can't wait to use it some more. And then this is a MAC. These are 2 extra dimension eyeshadows in This Round's on Me and Feeling Toasty. These I guess take forever to pan, so yay me. But these are 2 that just recently came into my collection. This is a Cella palette that that Shelly sent me. It's so stinking cute. I can't wait to use this more as well. And then this was actually a contender for a project next year. I'll talk more about that. Here is the Tarte Big Ego palette. I have not used this one yet at all either. I was going to put this in for a giveaway and then I was like, no, I want it. So I kept it. Sorry. And then this is the Sigma Ivy eyeshadow palette. I bought this at the same time that I bought the Enchanted palette. And I'm super excited to play with this one as well. It just looks really pretty. Okay, and here's another stack. This is the ColourPop Dream Street palette. I depotted one of these shades. I did not know that. So anyway, I will play with this. This might be a contender for a declutter next year. It is really kind of old. I want to see if I like the quality of it or not. Maybe I'll depot it and use some for singles and get rid of some others, but we'll see on this. This is the Lorac Soleil palette. Beautiful. I love how these, you flip them like this and then you can take out the shades if you wish. But I haven't played with this one yet at all either, but I really do like Lorac shades. This is the Alter Ego Goddess, and this one is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Gold palette. And now that I have that palette, I may declutter this, but I want to play with it some more to decide what I'm going to do with it. This is the Lorac Fairy Tale Forest palette. I cannot even believe I haven't used this more. I wanted this so badly when it came. I think I used it once maybe, or at least I swatched it, but this is so beautiful. I cannot wait to use it. Of course, winter is just starting, so it's not that I haven't used it because I didn't want to. It's just the season wasn't here yet. Here's my Tati Beauty palette. I've heard that the glitters have gone off for people, so I really need to kind of look into that when I pull this out to use it. You can see that it has gotten some love before I separated it out into these different seasons. This is the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palette. Again, lovely, but there's just so many flippin' shadows in here. And this is the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. This one must not have been used at all. Nope. So there it is. You can tell I like neutrals, but I have really gotten into color this year, so I feel like I'm moving up in the world, but that just means more palettes for me to buy. Yikes. And here's another little stack. Here is the NARS palette. This is the Summer Solstice palette. I stuck this in here because it was one that I hadn't used and I thought it would be pretty for fall, even though it's summer solstice. So in the fall section, this is another NARS one, Extreme Effects. I found this really cheap at TJ Maxx, and I just swatched it. I haven't used it yet either. This is the Pure Defense palette. I used this before I separated all them. I really enjoy this palette. It's pretty. I like it a lot. I just don't use it. So that's a shame. This little guy over here, a little worse for wear, right? But at least it looks like it's had some usage.
This is the Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette. I was going to pan this at one point and somebody was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, and I'm really glad I didn't. Now that I know better, I know how hard Too Faced palettes are to pan. They're really packed in there nicely, and there's a lot of product in each pan, so yikes. And then this is the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Very, very lovely. It just hasn't gotten enough usage. Okay, and here's another little stack. This is an Estee Lauder palette. Look at how flippin' little this sucker is. How cute, huh? I got this in a little gift bundle. And then this is, of course, the ABH Norvina palette. I want to play with this more for sure. This is the Modern Renaissance palette. It's not really my color story, but I'm going to keep it around anyway. This is the Soft Glam. I really want to play around with this more because it is my color story and I really like these shades. The Sultry palette, same thing. I want to get more use out of these. They are just gorgeous. I can't believe a couple ladies, Danny, Jessica, some others were panning this palette this past year. Oh my God, the progress they got, unbelievable. Subculture. This is one I haven't played with either, but I'm really excited to do so. I got this one at TJ Maxx as well, untouched. I was super excited. The Weekend Vibes Blueberry Muffin palette from BH Cosmetics. So pretty, so I need to play with this more. I used to not be a very blue eyeshadow girl, but I am since changing my tune a little bit, just a little bit. And then this is the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. Oh my God, I have fallen in love with Nomad Cosmetics this past little bit. So these for sure I'm going to be working on over the next couple of months. Okay, and these are the palettes that were like spring and summer that I hadn't gotten to in the rotation for this year. So this will roll in. I'll start using these again, maybe spring and summertime next year. So the Lime Crime Venus 3, so pretty. This one had an unfortunate little accident. I was going to depot this palette and then decided not to. This is the Alter Ego Canyon palette. Very, very lovely. The ColourPop Garden Variety palette. This has gotten some good use as well, but I want to use it more. The Sweet Shop Cherry on Top palette. Oh, so pretty. I wish I had more of these Sweet Shop palettes, though, to be honest. I wanted the neutral one. The Sugar Cone, maybe? This is the, what's it called? Party in Puerto Rico. Oh, yikes. Look at all these. I have loved yellow shadows, though, this year. I've gotten into them, and they are beautiful. This is the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell Volume 2. You know I'm a teacher, so this palette looking like a book. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. But I haven't even used it. I mean, come on. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, like I need to use this. It's gorgeous. I can't wait, I say, and then I don't use it. This is the Revolution Beauty, the Emily Edit, the Wants. I don't know. This is probably on the declutter list too. I've heard that the quality isn't the greatest. I have used some. I haven't used a ton. So this will be waiting for summer, springtime. And then this is the Glam Light Viva Taco palette. Oh my gosh, these palettes crack me up. Look at these shades. I found this at TJ Maxx untouched. I had to get it. I love Glam Light quality now that I've used it. It's beautiful. Not this palette, but Glam Light. This is the Glam Light Pizza Veggie Lovers. Beautiful. And then this is the Glam Light Pizza palette. It's so funny. I love it. So these are like the spring summer palettes that I have not gotten around to using yet. Right here. Next year. Okay, and these are all the palettes I used this year. You guys, I am really excited about this because I am not a great panner. I say that every year. I've gotten better this year. I've actually rotated in quite a few eyeshadow palettes to use, and I really, really am enjoying that. So let me go through with you guys these palettes and show you them and give you some of my thoughts on them. Okay, so let me go through these little guys first. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is the mini, and it's so stinking cute. I can get a full look out of this palette. I really, really like it. This is another Natasha Denona. This is the Jubilee palette. This is another one that doesn't quite look like you could get a full look out of it or that it wouldn't go together, but it does. It is so beautiful and the colors are gorgeous. They go on beautifully. This is the these two are Wander Beauty. Let me pull these forward. This is the Wondrous Rush, love, and the Wondrous Fling. Love. These formulas are beautiful. This is another one of my favorites, the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. I really would like to get some more use out of this next year. These are gorgeous. The shades are gorgeous. The textures are gorgeous. These 4 are mattes, and then the rest are all shimmery, putty-like, beautiful shades. This is the Heather Austin Adept palette. This is one that I would say is more of a companion palette. For me, I can't get a cohesive look out of it, so I have to use this in tandem with another palette. But when I do, I really enjoy it. This is the Suva Beauty, the Rose Period palette. Beautiful. These blend beautifully, and I really, really like this palette. The Smitten in Switzerland palette is fine. They all work nicely, and I like the shades. This is the Tartlet in Bloom by Tarte. I mean, this is an oldie but a goodie. These blend nicely. They smell yummy, and I really enjoy this one as well. This is the Solmani 2 from Odin's Eye. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. You could not pry this out of my cold dead hands. I love it, and I am anxious to try more from Odin's Eye. This is the Sigma Enchanted palette. I've wanted this for a long time, and I finally bought it this year. It is gorgeous, and I really, really, really like it, especially this little overlay. It's so gorgeous. This is the Alter Ego Blooms palette. I really enjoyed this as well. It is a dupe for the, I think, Love palette from Natasha Denona, and I really enjoy this. The shades are gorgeous, and they blend nicely. This is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This is what started off my love of Huda Beauty. I bought this on a half-off sale, and I'm not mad at that at all. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Gorgeous. I really enjoy this palette. Everything blends nicely, and I love it. You're going to see that with these. And this is the Cleona Cosmetics Dragon Fruit palette. I used this early on in the year. It is so beautiful. I love it, love it, love it, and this is going nowhere as well. Okay, next, this is the Pat McGrath Labs Midnight Voyage palette. Oh, I love this, and I'm so super glad I bought this. This is the Revlon Color Stay Day to Night. This is the Decadent palette. This, guys, cost me $1.61. It was a special on Amazon, and I love it. It is so super cute. This is the Sosu Beauty All Eyes on Me. Ruth gifted this to me for our St. Patty's Day collab. I love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is my Rowan Quad. I love these shades. They are so pretty. And you can tell this has gotten some good use. This is a Tom Ford quad that I got in a Influencer bundle. I was so super excited for this. It is, oh man, here we go. It is so bougie and so super pretty. I really enjoyed it. And I'm keeping it in its little pouch just to be fancy. This is my ColourPop That's Taupe palette. Love. The Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I got this on an incredible deal at Sephora. And I really like it. It's very lovely. If you can get your hands on this, it's very lovely. This is the BH Mimosa palette. Really, really enjoyed this one. Let me pull these forward. The Avocado Toast palette. I really enjoyed this one. I love green eyeshadows, and then this yellow. Loving yellows lately. Speaking of green and yellow, oh my gosh, the Odin's Eye, Angelica, and this is the Hella palette. This is so gorgeous. If you guys can get your hands on this, oh my gosh, gorgeous. I know that it was a collab that has limited quantities, so I do believe there is still some left, though, on Odin's Eye's website. This is the Lost in Los Angeles palette. I really liked this, and I'm surprised because I'm not really a pastel girl, but maybe I am now. This is the Hanging in Hawaii palette I got this from Jaylon. I think, no, somebody sent this to me. I can't remember who. Anyway, I have to show you this one. This is mine. And then I got one for my mom. I'm over on my other vanity getting it. And she just gave it back to me because she was like, well, I just don't, all the other colors look like, she thinks all these kind of look the same. And then she's like, and I just don't do shimmers anymore. I'm too old. But look at how cute. She totally panned the heck out of these two. I had to show you guys that. The difference between my palette and my mother's palette. So I have another one now too. So Hanging in Hawaii, there we go. This is the Lorac Maracay palette. Beautiful. I really enjoyed using this. It fell, so yeah, it's not very happy. And this is the Flower Beauty Desert Lights palette. Gorgeous. Love it. The PS Eastern Bloom eyeshadow palette. I got this from Ruth as well in our collab. I love it, love it. It's so pretty. So glad that I got to use that. The Natasha Denona Gold palette. Oh, I love it. Here it is in all its luscious beauty. Oh, so lovely. I'm so glad I got it. I don't regret that purchase for a minute. The Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. I really enjoy this one too. I just need to use it more. Story of my life. The Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. Gorgeous. I love it. The mattes did not swatch out well for me, but they applied beautifully on the eyes. I'm so happy. The Nomad Hudson Valley palette. I had to get this because this is the area that I'm from. So, well, near where I'm from. Very near. Like, I think the Hudson Valley is like 20 minutes from where I grew up. I grew up in the Mohawk Valley. So here's that. And then this is the Tiny Marvels palette. Beautiful. Sydney Grace. And then finally for the palettes I used this year, this is the BH Naughty palette. Beautiful. Okay, and this is the rest of my palette inventory. I found one more. This is the Artemis palette from Alter Ego. This is one that I had in my fall, winter. You can see I've used this a lot. I really, really like this palette. I'm going to put this in my fall, winter section for this year to pull it out again. Yeah, gorgeous. Love it. But now that I have, this is a new one. These are all the new palettes to my collection that I haven't played with. I have the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I kind of want to do like a little side by side and see what I think because maybe I can declutter the Artemis one. So this is my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Here are some smaller ones. Let me kind of reorganize myself here. Okay. This is the BH Optimistic AF palette. Woo! This is the Play and Cobra Kai collab. I just got this one in. It's really pretty. How the heck? Oh, okay. There we go. You're supposed to be able to pull this out and maybe put other palettes in if they make other ones. I don't know. But everything is supposed, like these pans can come out. You can recycle everything nicely. So, but I heard once things get dirty, you can't. So I don't know. There's that. This is the BH Looking Like a Snack. Woo! Another bright one. Hello. This is the Absinthe palette, BH Cosmetics. Gorgeous. I love greens. This is the Romantic Nomad palette, BH. So cute. Very pretty. That has really teeny tiny pans. This is the Passion in Paris. Very lovely. And then this is one I got in the Lorella box from AIA. And this is the Vavavoom palette. Still has the sleeve on it because I have not used it yet. Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I have a project in mind for this, and it might or might not include some suggestions from Jen from Project Beauty. There it is. Gorgeous. Okay, couple of Nomad palettes. This is the Cartagena Mágica palette that I got. Valerie and I split a vault. Thank you, Valerie. So I got this one. And I also got the America's Parks. That's this one coming up. You guys just saw this actually in a buys and buys. Very lovely. Some of these are like marbled. They're really cool looking. And then the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. You guys probably have seen this all over the internet. Very lovely. Very excited to have this and play with it. The Huda Beauty Empowered palette. Very beautiful. Love Huda Beauty. And the Huda Beauty new nude palette. I wouldn't have purchased this one, but it was half off at Sephora. And I love Huda Beauty lately, so I had to get this. Gorgeous. Okay, let's talk numbers. For January 2021, I had 30 palettes in my collection. June of 2021, I had 37. January of 2022, that was the beginning of this year, I had 42. In December of 2022, that's now, I have 98. I've more than doubled my collection. But that was because of a lot of trips from me and my friends to TJ Maxx and Marshall's, and we were all purchasing each other's stuff, and yikes. So I'm not mad that my collection is up to 98. I do love everything that I have so far. There are going to be a few declutters, I feel like, next year. But I'm glad that it's not over 100. I was really nervous. I thought it was going to be more like 120 or something. So I'm happy about that. And I've used, out of the 42, I've used 35 palettes this year. So I know that because I'm going to be using makeup more, I've been wearing it more and more and more. Next year, I'm going to use more than 35 palettes. So I'm not mad at my numbers. This is where I'm at, and I'm really glad I did this. And I'm really glad also that I'm on a makeup no-buy for next, not no-buy, low-buy makeup rehab for next year. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you liked me, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.